I'm currently cleaning out the front of the van. Can you believe all of this came out of the wall? This is how rotten it was. Luckily, most of this wasn't structural, and behind there is a steel frame, which is still in relatively good condition. So we dug out all the rot, replaced the bits of wood that needed replacing, and boarded it out all nice and new. So now it's a case of just getting all of this crap out of here, and before we can rip the old carpets up. Okay, so we are roughly clean. I'm not too fussed about this because this carpet's going to be pulled up anyway, so I don't have to be too thorough. See that there? Right there. That's a false widow. That's a false widow. So here is where we're at. We're just putting the bed back up. We've carpeted the whole of the front here. Someone had replaced all of this carpet with a horrible sort of navy blue carpet, which was obviously not original and was all stained and from the leaking on the roof and stuff. We've put back what we think probably was originally there. It also brightens up the space and makes it a lot nicer. Fairly sure this bed is original because where these brackets are here inside the wall is some actual brackets which are welded to the structure of the van itself, so I'm pretty sure this was put in the factory. Brilliant bed. It basically tucks up right above the cab so that you don't have to like make your bed out of the benches every night. Your bed is always made, you just go whoop and put it up out of the way. Far better use of the rest of the space, and especially if you're living in it, you don't want to be like making the bed every night. Basically clean all of this out now, ready for the next stage. We've brought a brand new vinyl to go down. This is what's already here. It's quite dark. It's not too bad, but it's scuffed everywhere and it's kind of just darkens the whole space. So we've got something nice and light which is going to replace that. Now we're going to take these front seats out so that we can carpet the floor. I'm having to use a spanner because I can't quite get my sockets in there. So this is going to take some time. So I don't think any of these bolts have been out since 1982. So I've had to bring out the big guns. So it actually turned out that these were bolted straight through to underneath the van and the nuts were totally rusted up. So this is going to be a bigger job than I thought. A job for a day when we have electricity. One of the neighbours saw us scrubbing the van and actually came out and offered to spray it with hydrochloride. It smells like bleach. It's got rid of the green already. Well, that's definitely dissolved some of the old seals. Ooh. This looks worse than it is. It's actually just dissolving all of the bits that we were wanting to get out anyway, which are underneath here. So we also have a hole. That's new. So that's just murdered all of the moss and green shit that was covering everything, and it's like dislodged it all from the seams as well, which has saved us so much time. So we don't have to scrub it all out. We just have to give it a light clean now and let it dry, and hopefully we can reseal everything. This is why the roof is leaking. This is the silicone that was sealing the roof, and it's just So this all needs to be cleaned out, scraped out and resealed. It is just look here where all the moss has started to grow underneath and it's pushed the seal up. That's all going to need sorting. This is not sealing anything. I sealed these holes the best I can, and Sean is sealing the roof. How's it going? Took this rail off from above the windscreen. We're painting it all. I'm not sure about what that was doing. It's holding muck. Yeah. Prepping some of the holes and rough areas. We don't even need to red oxide it because it's aluminium. I've just noticed, if you look carefully, you can see the old decal that would have been on the roof. You just catch the angle right. So that's pretty much where we're at. We're almost ready to actually do the paint job. So next on the list is to source some places where we can get some decent paint. But we're still not fully decided on a colour scheme. I'm going to put out another vote because I've got some other ideas. I think we know what we're going to go for, and I think I know what the outcome of the vote is going to be, but just in case. We've been emailing a company in Cornwall now for a couple of weeks and not had any response. I'm not going to name names, but they've been recommended by someone we know, and apparently they do the most amazing paint jobs. So we're going to go ahead and just find their depot and see if we can get in touch with them. So stay tuned.